the compass mode, or taking the directional readings. Point the 12 o'clock position of the watch in the directions reading you want to take. So I'm hoping the camera catches the face. Yes, it does. So here it is. The watch is faced or placed horizontally, and then I'm gonna activate the compass by pressing the compass button. So the compass appeared on the lower subdial and it indicated that the compass procedure is in progress. So starting a digital compass operation will cause the second hand to move momentarily to the 12 o'clock, and it did, and after that it will indicate the magnetic north. Now, what are the digital compass readings? After the first reading is obtained, the watch will continue to take digital compass readings automatically each second up to 60 seconds. After that, the reading operation will stop automatically. The auto light switch is disabled during the 60 seconds the digital compass readings are being taken. Note that taking a directional reading while the watch is not horizontal can result in a large direction reading error. I'm gonna put in the screenshot so you can better understand what are the bearing indication meaning and the objective bearing angle to objective. You can also calibrate the watch, and I'm gonna show you that later. Actually show you right now how to perform a bidirectional calibration. And we have left the compass mode, again pressing the compass. In the digital compass mode, pull the crown out, and this will cause this to appear on the sub dial. While keeping the watch horizontal, press the upper compass button, and weight will be shown on the digital display while calibration is in progress. And then we are waiting for OK, and there it is. Now turn 180 degrees, and the calibration is successful. If the number 2 appears and error appears display, it will read the error. So let's rotate the watch again 180 degrees and press the compass button, and weight will be shown in display while calibrating is being performed. When calibrating is successful, it should be right OK, and auto calibration is complete, so push the crown back in. That would be performing the bidirectional calibration. Now the watch is taking readings as I'm moving the watch. That would be the basics of the watch's compass mode, and having an idea of your current location is important when mountain climbing or hiking. And you can also find your true north or the true south on the map, so you can better calibrate your watch. Of course, you would have to check your bearings regularly so you can adjust your compass mode or your compass. That would be all regarding the compass or in the compass mode. The altimeter mode. The watch takes altitude readings and displays results based on the air pressure measurements taken by a built-in pressure sensor. It also saves various types of altitude records and the data. How to enter the, well, first of all, let's say the altitude has the auto reading interval. You can select either of the following two auto reading intervals, and that would be reading the 1 second intervals for the first 3 minutes and then every 5 seconds for approximately the next hour, and that's indicated by this lower subdial, and I'm gonna show you that. And then would be the reading at 1 second intervals for the first 3 minutes and then every 2 minutes for approximately next 12 hours. How to specify the altitude reading interval? First of all, I'm gonna go to the altimeter mode by pressing the Alt button, and whilst I'm in that mode, push the crown pull the crown out, and we have flashing appeared. Now I'm gonna press the lower mode button, and this will cause the INT shown on the lower subdial. Now rotate the crown to select either one of those, and after the settings is done, push the crown back in, and so you can leave your settings as I said. So what would be the 2 minutes stand? That's the reading at 1 second interval for the first 3 minutes, and then every 2 minutes for approximately next 12 hours. And when I rotate the crown to 5, well, that means reading at 1 second intervals for the first 3 minutes, and then every 5 seconds for approximately the next hour. Once I'm done with the settings, I'm gonna push the crown back in, and the altimeter will go to the reading the altimeter value. How to take the altimeter readings? Well, these are the altimeter readings, and this is the altimeter graph. How to interpret the altimeter graph? Well, what does the graph show? Well, it shows the increments of your that's the altitude tendency graph, and it shows changes in altitude over the past 6 readings that were taken by automatically by the watch. And to minimize the chance of the error, you should update the reference altitude value before setting on a track on every daily activity. And I'm gonna put in the screenshot so you can better understand this graph, reference altitude graph. So how to specify the reference altitude value in the altimeter mode? Again, I'm in the altimeter mode, pull the crown out, and this will cause the readings value to flash. Rotate the crown to change the value in 1 meter, or you can do even the high-speed movement by rotating the crown even faster. You can set the reference value within the range of -3,000 to 10,000 meters, and pressing these 2 buttons at the same time turns to the off. And what does it mean? Well, that means no reference value, so the watch performs air pressure altitude conversion based on the preset data only. After the settings the way you want, push the crown back in to exit the settings screen. Well, you can also specify the altitude differential measurement range. Well, what does it mean? Well, that's the relative altitude measurement range. Can be set to 100 and 1000 meters, and the display units of 5 meters and 50 meters. In the altimeter mode, to do that in the altimeter mode, pull the crown out. Sorry, I get that all the time wrong. So pull the crown out, and this will cause flashing of the altimeter value. Press the mode button twice, and we are at the DFF mode. So how to change that? Well, simply rotating the crown to the 100 or 1000 meters. And I want to do increments of the 1000 meters. Then push the crown back in, and again I'm in the altimeter mode regularly. While comparing the altitude difference you determined on the map and the watch's altitude differential value, advance towards your destination. If the map shows that the difference in altitude between your location and destination is plus 80 meters, for example, you know you will be nearing your destination when the displayed altitude value shows the value of plus 80 meters. The altitude differential with the reference location is indicated by the second hand. That's the altitude differential indicator, as I'm going to show you this screenshot over here, and that will for sure explain a lot of things. Barometer mode, or taking the barometric pressure readings. This watch uses a pressure sensor to measure the air pressure, that's the barometric pressure. And how to take the barometric pressure readings? Well, that's the first mode from the timekeeping mode, and watch this hand, it will move to the baro, and the barometer will appear on the display, indicating that the barometric pressure reading is in progress. Now the results will appear on the lower subdials, and after a barometric pressure reading operation started, the watch will take readings every 5 seconds for the first 3 minutes and every 2 minutes after that. To start the operation again from the beginning, press the LT button, or in this case lower right button, and the watch will return to timekeeping automatically if you do not perform any operation from approximately 1 hour after you enter the barometer mode. Now the barometric pressure is displayed in this case in the units of the hectopascals, but that can be changed to the imperial units. The displayed barometric pressure value changes to 3 lines if the measured pressure falls outside the range of the 260 hectopascals to 1100 hectopascals. You can select either hectopascals or the inches per Hg as the displayed unit for the measurement barometric pressure. What is the barometric pressure graph? Well, that's these lines over here. Currently it doesn't look like a graph, but believe me, it is. The barometric pressure indicates the changes in the atmosphere. By monitoring these changes, you can predict the weather with reasonable accuracy. This watch takes barometric pressure readings automatically every 2 hours. Readings are used to produce the barometric pressure graph and barometric pressure differential pointer readings. How to read the barometric pressure graph? Well, that's the let's put in this little screenshot over here, and the horizontal axis of the graph represents the time, with each dot standing for 2 hours. The rightmost dot represents the most recent reading, and the vertical axis of the graph represents barometric pressure, with each dot standing for the relative difference between its reading and that of the dot next to it. Next dot represents the 1 hectopascals. How to engage the barometric pressure differential pointer? The pointer indicates the relative difference between the most recent barometric pressure indicated in the barometric pressure graph, and I'm going to show you the barometric pressure graph later, but first I'm going to show you how to activate that option. So currently the seconds hand is showing the current time as well as the analog watch minutes and the hour hands. How to shuffle between those modes? Well, it's done by pressing the upper left button, and the seconds hand will move to the barometric pressure differential pointer. And for better understanding, here is the graph, so you can better understand what am I talking about. So there's an option for you to read the barometric pressure changes indications. Your watch analyzes the past barometric pressure readings and uses a barometric pressure change indicator to inform you about the changes in pressure. If the watch detects a significant change in the barometric pressure, it will beep and display a flashing arrow. These flashing arrows indicate some sort of weather changes. So that would be the basics of this barometric pressure reading, or the barometer mode of this watch.